Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the 3L channel. If you're new here, just jumping on for the very first time this year in 2022. My name is Chad. Welcome aboard. Kick your feet back, relax, enjoy some great music from the yesteryears. Talk about yesteryears. We're jumping into this music time machine on YouTube and going way back to the late 60s. The Bee Gees' fifth album in 1968. The name of the album? Anybody have an idea? Stay tuned. The promotional video for the track When the Swallows Fly was filmed in Brussels and included in the TV special Idea, and was aired on the 11th of December in 1968. The song's opening line echoed William Wordsworth's poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. It was recorded on June 18, 1968. Robin mentioned that it was one of my favorites, and I think Barry's vocals on that was fantastic. Barry himself recalls, When the Swallows Fly was something that I brought in, but I don't remember how the song came to be. It was probably written in Eaton Square or at the Penthouse. A lot of ballads in those days were written that way, like the track Words. In '71, when it was included on the Melody film soundtrack, it was released as a single only in the Netherlands with Give Your Best as the B-side. It reached number 20 in 2 weeks. Well, folks, without further ado, let's see what this song about the swallows is all about. Let's do this.
I wander lonely as a cloud. I keep my head above the crowd. Ain't nobody else as big as me. But I must remember, friends, what has to start just has to end. Everybody's got a destiny. And I know when the swallow flies, yes I know I'm the edge just dies. Then I'll be told what I am. The swallow and me. I look after number one. I forget the biggest son. Everybody's got to stay alive. I keep on walking amongst the clouds. I keep my head above the crowd. I watch them live, I watch them die. And I know when the swallow flies, yes I know, and the earth just dies. Then I'll be told what I am. The swallow and me. Yes I know when the swallow flies. Yes I know, and the earth just dies. Yes I know when the swallow flies. Yes I know.
Wow, 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 wow. Multicolored swallows that spins around. I have to admit it was somewhat difficult to keep my mind focused on the lyrical content of this, with the promotional video, the swarm of birds everywhere. But I think Barry and his brothers were starting to feel the effects of stardom during that time. It was the late 60s, okay? And so they were doing well, probably very popular at that time. Their fifth studio album up to this point. And he was talking about, he's way above the clouds. He's lonely like a cloud up in the sky. And he feels like a swallow up there flying around. He's got his head and shoulders above everybody else down on the earth. Okay, he's way up there on cloud 9, right? But he says, I need to remember my friends, And I think the song was kind of suggesting that, sometimes with all the fame and the fortune and popularity, sometimes you forget your roots. You forget who you are. Not to say that they weren't born stars, but you know what I'm saying. They came from a poor family, but now, the late 60s, highly successful. They were making a lot of hits. At this point, people really knew who the Bee Gees were. I don't know if it was a household name like the Beatles, but definitely a very popular band. Thanks so much for this request. You guys know who you are. And a question for you just before we close out the video. Who are those other 2 individuals, I forgot their names already, that started out with him in the very beginning, and it shows them right here in this promotional video. I forget their names. So I think they also did a video with the Bee Gees, We Are the World, or one of those videos. It was a black and white promotional video, We Are the World or something like that. And I think those same individuals were in that video as well. So if you guys could let me know that. Trying to do some variety this weekend, different genres and styles. Thanks so much for tuning in this weekend. Take care.